All right, we'll get started. So find your chair, and you want your chair to be in a place, Kiki, go lay down. You want your chair to be in a place where it can be stable, so it's not slipping around. So if we're moving and we're doing stuff in the chair, it's not gonna slide out from where you are. We'll start in our mountain pose, so feet are flat on the floor and then right angles all the way up with the shoulders over the hips. So you can close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And you're gonna check in with how you feel this morning. You can check in and see how your feet feel on the floor. You can wiggle all your toes. You can lift the toes right off the floor, just pressing the heel down. Lift the heels, pressing the ball of the foot down. Check in with the ankles, the shins and calves, your knees, thighs, your seat, your belly and your low back, your chest and ribs, your mid back and your upper back. Check in with your hands, your fingers, your wrists, the forearm, each forearm, your elbows, your upper arm, and check in with the shoulders, the collarbone, the front of your neck and throat, and then the back. Check in with the jaw. You can even open your mouth slightly, wiggle your jaw from side to side. To relax the skin on your face, back of your head. Hey, you guys aren't very yogi. And notice the crown of the head. So I've heard one person say, a yoga teacher or something, said that every time the phone rings, they would be anxious. So every time the phone would ring, what they would do is they would take an inhale and an exhale. They would take that opportunity to come back to the breath. So I challenge you to, every time you hear a dog bark, to take a breath. So that will be your reminder through class. If you hear a dog, then you take a breath. And if you're really feisty and you want to turn it into a drinking game, you can always take a shot when you hear a dog bark, but I'm going to have to tell you, you'll probably end up in the hospital. So don't want to do that. But anyway, so you can take a moment here to set an intention or say an affirmation. So an affirmation can be something that you actually want to work on, but you're going to say it like you already possess those traits. So I am kind, I am tolerant, or even something kind of relevant to where we are today. Maybe I'm healthy, I'm strong, I am relaxed. So we're going to come back to our Ujjayi breath that we started working on Tuesday. So you would inhale through the nose, big inhale, and you start to fog up that mirror, or imagine you're fogging up a mirror, and then close your mouth and continue to exhale. So the exhale is all done through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Open, you can start with an open mouth exhale and then close your mouth mid exhale. And then eventually the whole breath, the whole inhale, the whole exhale can be done with your mouth closed. Another thing that we can work on is kind of counting the breath. So inhaling and counting. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. You can hold for 2 seconds. And then exhale. You're going to try for more than what you inhaled. So we'll do it a little bit together. So exhale completely. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do those a little bit on your own. So we're just going to take a couple rounds like that. And if it's 2 for the inhale and 4 for the exhale, that's great. The pause is going to be half of what your inhale is. So inhale. Hold. And then exhale. And continue breathing like that. Using the Ujjayi breath, it actually helps to lengthen the time that it takes you to breathe. So if you were just taking a normal breath, maybe it's a couple seconds, 2 seconds for the inhale, 4 seconds for the exhale, but you can actually lengthen the Ujjayi breath to 10 and 20. Takes practice. So finish the breath that you're on. And when you do your next exhale, you're going to bring the chin towards the chest. And on the inhale, you'll start to bring the chin up, maybe a little bit above neutral, and then slightly back. Exhaling again, chin to chest. Inhaling, the chin comes up and slightly back. So we'll do just a few more breaths like that. So we're lengthening the back of the neck on the exhale. And on the inhale, we're sitting up tall and bringing the head slightly back. Next inhale, you'll come back to a neutral position. And we're going to turn our head to one side. Taking a few breaths here. You can also take your fingers up by the ears and drag your fingers down your neck towards your collarbone. Turn back to center, and we'll turn your head to the opposite direction. And again, dragging the fingers down your neck. And then back to neutral. We're going to take our head and we're going to tilt it to the right. Now you can use your right hand to place on your head, And we're not pulling the head to the side. We're actually going to create a little bit of traction by pressing the head into the hand and allowing your hand to be heavy. Come back to center, release the head. We're going to tilt the head to the left. Use the left hand, creating some traction. So you're pressing your head into your hand. You know, normally I can sit here all day. Well, I don't sit here all day, but you know, I can sit here and not have Kiki in my lap. But apparently chair yoga is her jam, and she thinks that she needs to definitely be a part of it. Maybe she's looking for that Zen energy, right? She's trying to be a part of that. And then release the head. I'm going to interlace the fingers behind the head, so kind of at the base of the neck here, by cradling it. And my thumbs are pointed down. I'm going to lift gently on the back of the head, and then I'm going to press my head into my hands. And I'm resisting that pressure with my hands. So they're kind of sandwiching together, pressing into each other. Creating a little bit of traction by gently pulling up. And then release. Just gonna shake out the arms, take some shoulder rolls, whatever feels good. And so the next one, we can place our hands on our forehead, letting your shoulders hang down your back or let them soften. And you're going to press your forehead into your hands and resist with your hands. So you're going to be pressing your hands into your head and your head into your hands. And taking some full breaths here. And then release. Some shoulder rolls. All right, then sitting back into our mountain pose. We'll just start with our left hand out to the left. And we're going to take some wrist rolls. Bring the arm all the way up with the inhale. And then wrist roll, bring it back down. Switching sides, wrist roll. I wish Kiki would practice a little bit of social distancing, just a little. Maybe like 6 inches. We're going to sweep both arms up. Keeping the chest lifted, we're going to exhale and bring the hands to the heart. Good. Inhale, wrist roll. Take that side bend if you like, and wrist roll right back down. You can add the Ujjayi breath. We kind of create this natural, like, inhale. If you're taking a side bend, I do a little retention right there. I hold my breath for a moment, and then I wrist roll down. So you can turn any practice, anything you're doing during the day, into a pranayama practice. Inhale the arms up, push the ceiling away, and we're going to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So you're reaching forward, and exhale again and fold. Inhale all the way up, keeping the chest lifted, and exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Good. Wrist roll. Some retention maybe with a side bend, and wrist roll back down. Switching sides. Inhale both arms up. Push your ceiling away and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reach forward. Good, exhale, fold. Sweep the arms all the way up. And we're gonna exhale and twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Chest stays lifted. Exhale, hands to the heart. Nice. Wrist roll. Switching sides. Sweep both arms up. Push the ceiling away. So this lengthens the spine before we fold. Inhale all the way up, or halfway up, sorry. And then exhale again and fold. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale and twist to the left. Inhale, center. And then we're going to exhale and lift the right knee. You're going to lift it as high as you can. Doesn't have to be up here. Kind of someplace comfortable. And we'll take some ankle rolls. Switch directions. Ooh, pop. And then we're going to sweep the arms up. And exhale, reach for the other knee, the left knee. Squeeze it in as high as you can. And ankle roll. Change directions. We'll inhale the arms up. And exhale, bring them to the heart. Last time through. Wrist roll. Other side. Sweep both arms up. Lengthening the spine, you're reaching up really tall, pushing the ceiling away, and you forward fold. Now here is interesting to notice if you can get closer to the floor now, after you've done a few forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale, right knee up. Give it a squeeze, chest lifts. Extend the leg, flex the foot, and set your heel down. You can place your hands on your opposite, your bent leg. So the more your foot is flexed, the more intense it is, and the stretch in the back of the leg. If you want to hinge forward at the hips, that will also increase the stretch in the back of the leg. Totally optional. Everything is just what you feel like today. And some days it's easy, and some days it's not as easy. Kind of the exciting thing about yoga and doing the same practice. Like, so the reason why we do the same flow, again and again is because repetition creates mastery, but also you can kind of see where you are today a little bit. And it's a good warm up. We'll sweep the arms up. We'll reach for that left knee, give it a squeeze, chest stays lifted. We'll extend the leg, flex the foot, and lower it down. So the hands are now on the right thigh. Foot is flexed with the option to hinge forward if you want to add more stretch to the back of the leg. And then we'll inhale the arms up, bringing that left foot back. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good. We're going to sit up tall again. And without kind of leaning and turning, we're just going to side bend. So this is going to look like keeping the shoulders level until we reach to the sides. So the shoulders are kind of squared off though. They're not twisting. So you're reaching to the side and come back up. Reach to the other side and come back up. So we do a few more of those. Maybe you reach down a little bit lower. Maybe you don't. Imagine you're picking up, your glasses or a book or something off the floor. Your shoe, maybe. In my house, I'd be picking up a pile of dog hair or a dust bunny. Come back to center, sitting up tall. We're going to tilt the pelvis back. So you're rounding through the spine. Inhale, come forward, tilt the pelvis forward so the low back is arched. So do a few more of those. So tip the pelvis back, kind of rounding through the spine, almost like you're sitting on your tailbone. And then inhale, tilt forward. Just do a couple more of those. All right. So we're going to sit up tall, and this will do a little bit with our arms. It'll engage the core, but we're also going to work on the knees. So you're going to lift the right leg, and you're going to tuck your fingers right behind your knee. So you can feel the tendons back there, and then there's a space between the two major cords. So you're going to massage, and you're going to kind of can a little bit. So you can keep the elbows out, you can keep the leg lifted, the knee lifted, the heart lifted. So we're trying not to round too much, but if you need to a little bit to reach, you can do that. But we want to keep as much lifted as you can. So you're kind of manipulating behind the knee, creating this can effect. So it's not like I'm just kicking, I'm actually moving my fingers to make my leg move. And then we'll lower that foot down. And you're going to take your hands, place one over top of the other, and you're going to place them on your kneecap. And then you're going to circle. So you can use your core here by kind of using your whole body to circle. My kneecap isn't really moving. Sometimes it'll feel like it's moving a little bit. This time, today it's not. Basically feels like I'm just circling the kneecap. Switch direction, circle the other way. Then come back to your can. So chest is lifted, back is straight, fingers are behind the knee. Use your elbows wide to use your biceps. And then we'll lower the foot down, and we're gonna rub the sides of the leg, the sides of the knee. Come back to your can-can. Your knee is lifted, back straight. And then lower it back down. We're going to take our hands like this. Fingers are pressing into the palms, and we're just gonna tap all around the knee. You can go up and down the sides of the legs. Kind of feels nice to pick up the leg and do under the thigh. You can do up above, get everything involved. Go all the way down as far as you can reach. And then come back up to sit. And we're going to can-can one more time. Or maybe, well, maybe one more time after this one. And we'll lower down. And if you can, pinch. My thumb is out of pinching condition right now. So I'm just gonna use both fingers, or all of my fingers, to kind of press in together. Tight pants and sore thumbs do not make for good pinching. And our last can-can on this side. Chest is lifted. I have to kind of remind myself of that each time I do it, because I like to get round and lazy. And we'll lower that foot down. Notice how that leg feels. Might feel a little warmer, a little tingly. Sometimes mine feels itchy. I think it's the circulation, which is nice. Moving over to the other leg now. So the left leg for me, I'm gonna reach underneath, sit up tall, and do the can-can on this side. Okay, placing the foot down, place one palm over the other, and then on the kneecap, you're gonna circle. And you can use your whole body. And switch direction of your circle. Sitting up tall again. Using your fingers to manipulate your leg. And setting that foot down. I'm going to take your hands and rub the sides of the knee. You can do kind of the calf. Back to the can-can. Staying up tall if you can. Lower that foot down. Take your hands, your little hammers here, fingertips pressing into the palms, and tap. You can do the calf, backs of the thigh, tops of the thigh. And then come back to your upright spine and kick again. Lower down, and back to your pinching. So however you can make that happen. And pinching all around the knee. Our last can-can on this side. We'll lower the foot. And again, now we're checking in with this leg. Notice how it feels. Probably tingly. Now these exercises are said to be really, really good for people with knee issues, and that if done every day, it can kind of bring your knees back to how they used to be in a good way. So coming back to our mountain pose, we'll reach out in front. We'll start to kind of lift up a little bit. So we're going to start to kind of hover above the chair and lower back down. A couple more times. Start to come up a little higher. And then eventually we'll come all the way up. Good. March it out. We're going to bring the chair in front of us. Now, you can also have one chair behind you and just take another chair and put it in front. That one's a little bit better, especially if your balance is a little uneasy. So we're standing behind the chair. We're going to inhale the arms up and exhale. Bring the hands to the heart. A couple more breaths. Inhale, kind of bringing the arms wide and high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do it 2 more times. Sweeping the arms even a little bit back so that your shoulder blades come towards each other, and then up. Last one. Wide and high. Bring the hands to the heart. So in our feet should feel like we're pulling our legs apart. So the feet won't move, but we're going to feel like they're pulling to each side. Our pelvis is going to be neutral. You can imagine having a big belt buckle and lifting that slightly. So the legs become engaged. They're actually active. So we'll sweep the arms up. We'll place the hands on the chair, at back of the chair, and step back into your downward facing dog. So it makes a right angle. I'm going to turn to the side slightly so you can see. You can bend your knees. You're making a long straight line from your hips to your hands. We're going to inhale, look at the chair, and exhale, step our right foot forward. Inhale, one arm up. Exhale, place it down. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Come back into your down dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, one arm up. Exhale, place your hand back down. Step your left foot back to meet the right and come back into your down dog. Now, if your shoulders are really tight, this is obviously going to be a little bit harder. So wherever you are is fine, but want to think about having a straight back. So you could, this is also an option. So your back is more or less pretty straight. You want to avoid this kind of feeling. Unsupported forward flexion, not a great plan. So we're tilting the pelvis so that the back is straight. Okay, we're going to inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Good. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring them to the heart. Inhale, arms up. We're going to exhale, place your hands on the back of the chair and step back into your down dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step your right foot forward. You can inhale one or both arms up, or you can even keep your hands on the chair. Exhale, place your hands back on the chair if they're not already there, and you're going to step back into your down dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale the arms up if you want. Exhale, place the hands, step back into your dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step both feet forward. You can inhale up onto the balls of the feet, bringing your gaze up if you want for a tiny back bend. And then exhale, lower the feet, the heels. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, bring them to the heart. Good. We'll do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, place the hands, step back into your down dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step the right foot forward. So my left foot, I'm up on the ball of my left foot. Oh my goodness, am I hairy? Inhale the arms up here. And then exhale, lower the hands. We're going to hold in this position for a few breaths with the option of twisting to the right. So you can place your hand on your right hip, hand on the right hip, and we're going to roll that right shoulder open. So the legs stay the same, but we're rolling that right shoulder open to the right. If you want to take a balance challenge, so you're holding onto the chair possibly. If you want a balance challenge even more, you can release both hands, open them wide. So from this angle, looks like that. Okay, if you're back at the chair, good, untwist. We're going to step that right foot back to meet the left, so you're back into your dog. And we're going to take a couple breaths here. That was a lot of work. We're going to inhale, bring our gaze towards the chair. And we're going to exhale and step the left foot forward. Really strengthening or firming up the back leg. We're going to inhale one or both arms up. And then exhale, place them on the chair. I'm going to hold here in this position with the option to take your left hand to your left hip and start to roll that shoulder open. So the hips stay the same, they don't change, but your shoulder opens. So we're now twisting to the left. Whenever we're facing our leg, so when we're twisting and our leg is here, this is called a closed twist. If I was to twist to the right, that's an open twist. So we're doing a closed twist with the option to open the arms wide for balance challenge. Yeah, you guys are doing awesome. We're gonna untwist, place the hands on the chair, step back into your down dog. We're going to inhale and look at the chair. Exhale, step both feet forward. Inhale up onto the balls of the feet. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, bring them to the heart. Good. So from here, we'll move the chair behind us again. And we'll do a little bit of our squat variation. So it could be chair pose. So the legs are zipped up, close, pressing into each other. You can take the knees and feet a little bit wider, but they're gonna stay in the same direction. So the knees aren't falling in if the legs are wide. Or you can take goddess pose. Knees and feet are both pointing in the same direction and legs are wide and they're carving out. So if your hips are tight, this is gonna be a little bit more challenging and your knees are gonna wanna fall in. So you have to keep working on keeping them out. Take your variation, whatever it may be. You can have your arms anywhere you want. And we'll take a few breaths here. You can always hang on to a chair, something next to you if you start to lose your balance. I want you to think of something now that you're grateful for. I want you to picture it as clearly as you can. One big inhale and exhale, lower. Look for your chair, have a seat. Good. You can kind of tap the feet on the floor. You can lift the heels and drop them. Good. We're going to move right into some hip exercises. So you can press the knees together. This is option number one. So you're pressing, you're actually using the adductors. So you're pressing everything in. That's option number one. Number two, you can cross at the ankle and you're still pressing everything in. Option number three is crossing at the knees or crossing ankle over knee. So whatever kind of hip action you want to work on. So it could be adduction, keeping the legs together. It could be more hip opening. So you choose. Take just a couple breaths here. And then you can uncross if you're crossed. You can again tap your heels on the floor. And we'll do the same thing. So the legs can be together. You can cross at the ankle, or you're going to switch and cross at the knee or ankle over knee. And don't be surprised if you're not symmetrical. That's okay. Whatever variation you choose. Everything is kind of pressing in towards the midline if your legs are crossed at the ankle or the knee, or if your legs are side by side. Everything is pressing in. This action is more of a rotating out and allowing your hip to open. Taking a few more breaths here on this side. And then release. So we turn my chair to the side so maybe you can see me a little bit better for this next one. So here, I'm right to the edge of my chair, really far to the edge of my chair. And then I'm going to start to lean back, keeping the back straight, but I'm going to start to lean back. You might notice that your core really strongly engaged right now. And then we'll start to lean up, sit back up straight. So do that a couple more times. Kind of lean back, keeping the backs very straight. So we're not doing one of these. Keeping the chest lifted, and then come all the way back up. One more. Start to lean back. And then come back up. Okay, if you want to add some more challenge to this, you have the option to lean back and lift a leg. Actually, initially that feels easier. And come back up. Start to lean back, lift the other leg. And come back up. And if you want to get really into it, you can lift both knees. So you can even lean back on the chair a little bit, but keeping the back straight. And then come back up. Nobody fell out of their chair? That's good. And we're going to circle. And then we'll switch directions and circle to the other side. Okay. We're going to do a seated tree pose. So if you really want to do this standing up, you can stand up. Otherwise, we're going to straighten the right leg. The left leg, you can leave bent right where it is. This could be your tree. You can bring it so the knee is wide, so your knee falls open. So your choice, you can be somewhere in between. You can bring your leg to the side, whatever you want. Right now, my right leg is straight and my left foot is facing my right leg and my left knee is open. You can bring your arms overhead. And you can close your eyes for a moment if that's comfortable. And I want you to think about what it means to be a tree. You know, having strong roots. You know, being strong through all kind of natural events. Being useful. Providing heat, shade. You can get as creative with it as you want. But I really want you to focus on the roots and being strong. And now we're going to lower the arms, because I'm sure you're feeling that. We're going to bring the legs back to our neutral position. You can shake out the arms. Take some shoulder rolls. Always loving the shoulder rolls. Like, I just can't get enough. We're going to straighten the left leg this time. The right leg can stay right where it is and bent, or you can let your right knee fall out to the right. So your choice. So another variation of tree is to interlace all of the fingers except for the pointer fingers. Oh, hook the thumb. So this is another variation if that works for you. It can be a little bit harder on the shoulders. So whatever arm variation that works for you. And again, we're thinking about our tree pose on this side. Thinking about being strong and grounded or well-rooted. And then we'll lower the arms. Good. Bring the legs back. Shake out the arms or take some shoulder rolls. You can even interlace the fingers behind the back or grab the back of the chair. If you're grabbing the back of the chair, you open up through the heart. If you're interlacing the fingers, same thing. You're pressing the knuckles away if you can, or rest them against your sacrum, and you're opening up through the heart. So your shoulder blades roll back. And then we'll release. And shake it out if you want. I'm going to place the palm facing out and up and down. We'll reach for all the fingers and pull the fingers back. Reaching underneath, you can reach for the thumb. And then we'll reach for each finger individually. And then shake out that arm. Right, or the other arm, the other hand faces out and down. And reach down and grab all of those fingers and pull them back. You can kind of pull them all gently back towards you. Last year, right around this time actually, I started having elbow issues with my right elbow. And I found that a lot of these stretching exercises with the wrists and hands helped a lot with making it feel better and having it kind of go away. Also with modifying a lot of the exercises that I was doing. You know, instead of doing a full push-up or trying to do a full push-up, I was using, you know, putting my knees on the floor or using the wall or using the countertop to kind of modify the push-ups so I could build up some strength again. And then shake it out. And now tapping the karate chop part of the hand. Try to keep your shoulders down, chest lifted, kind of relaxed. The heels of the hands. The bottoms of the thumbs. So you make a fist, and the knuckles where your rings would be, you're hitting into the palm of the other hand. Switching sides. The backs of the hands. Switch so the other palm is facing up. And then interlacing the fingers, keeping the shoulders down. hold and switch them all and go again. So if it feels weird, you're doing it right. And now we'll do the web between the thumb and the forefinger. There's a major Marmani point right in here. So it's actually one of the ones that can be dangerous, or so dangerous, I guess, if you're a pregnant woman, it can induce contractions or labor. Switch. And then also, if you've ever had anybody kind of mess around with you and really kind of squeeze you right there, it hurts like crazy. So it's something, I guess, if you needed someone to leave you alone, just pinch them right there. And then you'll stop. You can take your hands and you place them on a body part or body parts that is challenging to you, wherever that might be. So if it was your knees today, you can place your hands on your knees. And you can close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And you're gonna really focus on the part or parts where the challenge is. You're going to send your awareness, your energy, love to those spots or spot. And you can keep your hands here, or you can start to slowly remove your hands from those spots. You can walk your seat bones back into your chair. You can use the back of the chair to rest. You can place your hands on your heart. Notice the breath. Notice how you feel. And if you set an intention for the class when we started, or set an affirmation, you can bring those back into your mind and say them again to yourself. Now I would like you to thank yourself for showing up and practicing with us and being present. May we all feel loved. May we all feel grateful. May we all feel connected. And may we have the strength, courage, and balance to overcome any obstacles before us. From my heart to your heart, peace and namaste. Thank you. I'm going to unmute everyone. All right.
Come on, say hello.
Thank you, Amanda.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Nice to see you.